We should be live. Let's find out. I think we're live anyways.
Yep, that's going live on my screen.
Cool. Awesome. Alright, hello everyone. Ace here. Welcome back to the live stream. And today we are going to be going back into Marvel's High Republic. The first one that's also written by Cavan Scott, because of course it is. Winters King says, hello Ace. Hello Winters King. Alfarius, I think he mentioned something about how he wants to join one of these streams. Well, I have a link on the Discord there. If you join the Discord server, you should be able, and make sure it's Alfarius, I should be able to find you then, and yeah, then I can potentially add you so we can start doing some of these streams together. Lions Amon says hello. Hello, Lions Amon. But yeah, so we are back into issue 11 with the High Republic. Hooray. Alright, so I'll go ahead and read this. Jedi's End, Chapter 1, Only Fear. Sent undercover by Marshal Avar Kriss, the true identities of Jedi Keeve, Trennis, and Turek have been discovered by the brutal Nihil leader Lurna D. D has unleashed a terrible horror that is attacking the young Jedi. Tarek's bond twin, Seret, feeling the effects far away on board the Jedi cruiser Ataraxia. As Kriss and Master Skier, still battling his own demons, watch in horror, Seret's body begins to calcify. Mr. Corky says, damn, do I really want to ruin my day by witnessing this? Let's see how painful and bad it gets. Sergeant says, greetings, I was now able to catch up to all the previous live streams of this comic series. Yeah, I might actually have to put them into a proper playlist, but yeah, this is probably going to be painful, knowing how the previous ones went. Lions Amon says, yay, more Coom spiders. Well, this is the first Marvel comic, so there's probably not going to be Coom spiders in this one. Winters King says, oh god, it's this one. What the F is a Bond twin anyways? They never explained that. They never explained that, did they? I think they're supposed to be kind of two beings with a shared mind or something like that. So it's kind of weird. Also, I think there's both the Tarot and Seret are supposed to be trans, technically, or non-binary or whatever, so... But I digress. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into this. Zeus, the Outer Rim. There is no fear. No fear. There is no. Well, that escalated quickly. Also,
Why is his head melting?
Also, are they ripping off Dune?
No. Oh, you mean like that? Yeah, maybe.
Maybe, and they might also be ripping off 40K as well. There is only fear. In the grim darkness of the High Republic, there is only fear.
Yeah, fear of how goddamn awful this is.
Indeed. Lions Amon says, you mean no Coom spiders? Sad face. No Coom spiders. Dark Design says, oh, what the fresh hell are we in for today? I am not entirely sure. Let's find out. Winters King says, because there's nothing identical twins love more than getting confused for one another. Yeah. Lions Amon says, space drugs. Mr. Corgi says, that's kind of brutal. Yeah, that is kind of brutal. Brutal. Alright. Winters King says the Dune movie is stupid. Didn't even get halfway through the story in 3 hours. The 80s one is very much better.
I mean, I do agree that it was incredibly bad place to end it, but it's like it's not bad.
Yeah, it's a bad place to end it, but it's not bad. That's my take as well.
Oh my god, my best friend has decided to play Genshin Impact. Oh no.
Oh no.
Rest in peace.
Alright, so I've lost connection a little bit there on the secondary computer to read the chat here, so let me refresh that. There we go. Alright, so I'll go ahead and read some more while we wait. There we go. I need to get away. I need to get away from... I don't know what it is. The thing in the box that shouldn't exist. The thing in the box that got into my brain. The thing in the box that is turning Tarek inside out. What is it? Oh, Criff, please, someone tell me what it is. Okay then. Alfarius says, I am Alfarius2 Omega Boogaloo, by the way. I don't know what to join. The Discord, I just pinned the comment to the link to it. Alfarius says, F for your friend. Winners King says, I just feel like they took way too long. The director got too much praise. Nathan says, F to your friend Kalkyl. He won't return from the Weeb Vortex. Maybe the film might be maybe overrated, but I don't know. It could be a case of Hollywood's been so crap recently that a genuinely decent film is getting universal praise from it, by contrast and being praised as the next big thing. Who knows? Winners King says, "Well, only Dune men can withstand certain powers." Huh?
I've kind of thought about that possibility, and I'm like, I think it has some merit to it, but I think like the first movie kind of it is stupid how they ended it, and it kind of makes it so you have to see how the follow-ups actually turn out, because if those ones are bad, this movie will kind of be bad because of how it turned out, how it ended.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Yeah, it's not great.
Alfari says, which chat? Well, we don't actually... There aren't any actual text chat channels on the Discord. It is a audio or voice channels only on that. That way you don't have to worry about... That way I don't have to worry about glowies and false flags and all that crap. DY says, my memory of the positive legacy of the David Lynch film is largely formed by the Westwood games that were based on it. Yep, same here. Winners King says, sorry to distract you. No worries about that. Lions Amos says, stop the chat. Anyways, so let's find out what this exactly is. Someone make it stop. Were you voicing the Krang here, or was I?
I was doing that last time, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
See if I can think I made it something like, hey, almost too easy. So much for the mighty Jedi. Time to die, little J.
That line. I don't know who's voicing the Twi'lek here. I guess I'll voice her.
You did that last time, if my memory doesn't...
Zetar! Alright, I'll voice her. Zetar, don't!
I don't think you voiced her like that.
I don't know how I voiced her. Oh, I might have actually given her a gravelly voice or something like that.
Yeah, I think you did. That's what I remember you doing, at least.
Okay. Zetar, don't! Now this, I could get used to.
Have you lost your mind, D? What in Tall's name are you doing?
What am I doing? You remember what all this is about, don't you, Zeke? What we're trying to achieve? We need the Jedi alive. What is it? What is it? What is it? To see if what happened on Grisal was a fluke. Or the beginning of the end. The reaction to any Star Wars fan reading this comic. Jedi Cruiser Atraxia Deep Space. I think you voiced Skier, and I forget who voiced Avar.
Avar, the general? No, what was her rank again? Yeah, I think I did. The first time, I think last time you voiced her though.
Okay. First time I voiced her, or yeah, I can voice.
First time I was here, I voiced her.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and I will go ahead and voice her, and you can go ahead and voice Skier.
Yeah, so it's the what is happening then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is happening to them, Avar?
I don't know, Skier. Their song, I can't hear it. Just like I can't hear yours. Must get to them. Must get to Derek. Were you voicing the furry, or was I doing this?
I actually don't even know if we voiced them at all.
Okay, I guess I can voice the furry. Or, unless you want to.
If you can do it.
Okay. I don't think that's a good idea, Sert. You should be in sickbay. No! Whoosh! Sickbay! We need medical droids on the flight deck now! Also, what is that face? I mean, both that frame and the panel and that one and the one above it. What is that face on Avar?
Always NPC.
They even gave Skier an NPC face on the upper panel there.
Yep.
Nathan asks, why is Ace able to pull off a fake female voice that is more feminine than Jim Sterling's put-on voice? You know what? Well, to be fair, Jim technically isn't identifying as female. Jim's identifying as non-binary, so you could argue that it's not supposed to be a female voice, but I digress. Winter's King says, the Nihil don't have force powers, right? So how are they affecting a Jedi's mind? Is it tech? How the F does Disney explain this? You know, now that you mention it, I didn't actually know about the Nihil not having Jedi powers. That's actually interesting. You'd think at least a few of them would be force sensitive, but yeah. Orsosium says, I am late. Like, fuck. What? Did I miss much? Lions Amon says, WTF sickbay. Alright, so let's find out what this... Winter's King says, I think they're trying to do the manga background characters get chibi face thing, but God, how badly have they done it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so we are... Next page.
Yeah, that... Jedi, tell me what you're feeling. Is it like Sendri Minor? Is it like the Drengia?
No, that was darkness, evil. This is nothing. This is emptiness. This is void. Just like this comic.
That hit, and it was good.
I love how they didn't even draw anything in the panel. How much do you
Yeah.
want to bet that this was less a case of them trying to do storytelling and more the case of the artist just not wanting to do as much work and just did this as an excuse just to fuck off? I mean, they did give
Yeah.
this character a NPC face in this as well, so it's not like even the character is well drawn.
Yeah. Oh, he looks like a cow minus the fucking face slit. And white instead of blue.
To be fair, when I
And
think
too many
of
fingers, actually, never mind.
to be fair, when I think of nothing, emptiness, in the void, I too think of the Tau.
Oof.
All right. Alfarius is laughing. Winners says shots fired. Lions Amon says, "What is happening? Are they all under crack?" Or Socium says, "Truth and gold joined as one." Nathan X says, "This is nothing. This is Alex Baldwin's new career." Ooh. Yeah, Alec Baldwin. Yeah. I could make some comments on that, but well, I've considered doing a video talking a little bit more about that, but I think it's one of those things where YouTube might try to suppress people over. So let's move on. But yeah, Alec Baldwin was definitely in the wrong in that. That's all I'm going to say. All right, back to the comic.
Marshal Surratt is changing our course.
Let them
No, Marshal Surratt is changing our course. Never mind. So,
Let them skier. They're taking us to Terek and Kiev. We just have to trust in the Force that we're not too late. That is just it, Marshal. Chris, the Force is gone. Phoom. Where are we? Yeah, that's where. Where are we?
Dice, a planet in the Raccoon cluster. Only one settlement, a former gas refinery, if Starlight records are correct.
Would you like to suggest to Maru that they're not? Save us! Give us hope! Marshal? Another NPC face from the Marshal. They couldn't even droll her mouth.
Yep. She's got a impressive track record of doing this now. Rather the artist, but still.
Yeah.
Do
Alfarius, oh, sorry.
Fine, you can read first.
Alfarius says, "What do you mean Alex should be cast in the new Hitman movie?" No, but the guy that gave him the prop should. I'm just thinking of that one mission from Hitman Blood Money when you swap out the fake C96 with a real one.
Yeah. Oof.
Lions Amon says, "Damn, Marvel screwed Star Wars comics harder than Marnius Cringegar." Correct. Sergeant says, "How much more do they want to copy from 40k? I mean, the Dringir are similar to the Tyranids, and now they also create a void for the Space Wizards." Oh. There's a light bulb there. I mean, to be fair, Kevin Scott is known most infamously for Warhammer Adventures, so you might be onto something. Winter's King says, "What?" Swordsman says, "Ace and Ace's homie, y'all reading Cancer again?" Damn, I'm sorry. Yes, we are reading Cancer again. Lions Amon says, "Okay, really, what is the story in this one? I'm confused." They're trying to infiltrate a Nihil outpost to try to find the leadership of the Nihil. And the Nihil have a super weapon from some sort of box that turns the Jedi crazy or something. Anyways, Orososium says, "You know why these guys don't draw faces? Because they don't emote. They don't emotion by default. You are asking far too much from these people. Yeah. Yeah, we are. Alright, back to it.
The NPC meme is literally about how the origins is literally just about how some people don't really have souls. So you're onto something there. Anyways, yes, I was doing a thing. Hold on, I'm distracting myself with other things. Solid. Nope. Anyways, back. Yes. No life signs detected. Stand clear.
No, I think they've placed themselves in a hibernation trance, slowing their bodily functions. But it's so hard to tell. I can barely sense them. It's as if their essence, their very being, has been eradicated. They're not dead, but neither are they alive. Ah!
How is that supposed to work exactly? Also, a robot should be able to tell that the bodily functions have just slowed down. Like,
Yes,
there's
you would
a
think
very
so.
notable difference between everything literally stopping and everything slowing down.
Yeah.
Unless, they're at the point where they've slowed down so much that it's, not actually working as it should. And at that point, they should be dead because the blood flow should have stopped.
Yes. Or Associum says neither dead or alive, like the mind of the writer. Spot on.
Oof.
A new commenter, I'm just going to call him 504, says, I think I saw this comic on Rule 34. You saw the Coom Spider comic, known as Monster of Temple Peak, on Rule 34.
Yeah.
Lions Amon says, okay, so they turned the Jedi to Fortnite players. Sergeant says, well, there are some frogs which are basically frozen to death but come back to life after winter anyways.
Yeah, it's a little different, though.
Nathan says, neither dead nor alive. Schrodinger's victim, I guess that's supposed to be. The Swordsman asks, H, do you watch anime? I've watched some anime. I wouldn't really call myself a hardcore anime fan, but I have watched some. Winter's King says, yep, Ace, the Nihil are an anti-Force cult. They slay Force users on sight. At least that's what I thought the earlier comics established. Oh, I think you're talking about High Republic Adventures. Yeah, that kind of that does explain a little bit. Winter's King says 40 IQ person trying to explain hibernation. Yeah. Lion's Aim, Cheeky Breaky says, hello Ace in chat. Hello Cheeky Breaky.
I like 504's suggestion.
Can you do dramatic readings of hentai comics on BitChute?
I'd watch that.
Oh. Well, I'd have to get my BitChute thing up and running again to see how it's doing. Nathan X says, no, I said villain. Yeah, okay, I can see that. Fair point, Nathan. Fair point.
Villain. What?
Villain, as in Tarrant and Sarah are villains.
Hold on. I thought you spelled that differently.
Well, he did misspell it a little bit in that second, but I'm pretty sure that's villain.
Yeah, okay. Hold on. I saw this, this post is actually old, but I saw it today. It's from this YouTube post from KTH. Hold on, wait, just let me see if the actual link works like it should. Yeah, no, it does. Okay. And I found it hilarious. I saw it today, even though it was posted 3 days ago, but still.
All right, let's.
He's being sarcastic here. He's not actually saying this seriously.
Active tabletop hobbyist and a rising user. Okay, so I don't really get it. Do I have
Wait,
to?
no. Press the link, not the actual.
Okay. I'm 3/4 through new Dune movie, but need to stop and report it to Games Workshop IP infringement department. There are so many things this movie has stolen from the Warhammer franchise.
Remember, he's not being serious. He's shitposting here.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. And I love it. Oh, that is funny. Let's see. Mr. Corgi says, I'd watch that. Fuck, I'd pay for that even. Would that make me an e-thought? God, I hope not. Sim says, yeah, this one isn't going to be alive after winter. It was never alive to begin with. Winter's King says, actually a bunch of 40k voice actors read a hentai game. It's over on their YouTube channel. Censored, of course. A fair point. Swordsman says...
Oh, my God.
Swordsman says, because you should check out an anime called Violet Evergardens. It's set in World War One, and there are episodes that will make you cry. Well, with this being Veterans Day, I mean, a recommendation I would recommend for Veterans Day, if you have not seen it, it's not an anime, but perfect for the time, is They Shall Not Grow Old, the documentary, which is entirely narrated by veterans talking about their wartime experiences during World War One. Great watch, but a very tough one to sit through. And it's not a case of it being a long film. It's a case of it being some really, really unpleasant wartime experiences for some of these men. Orososium says, everyone stole from Warhammer 40k, hashtag. Alfred says, okay. Nathan says, have Kalkyl read the Snusk with Ace. Okay.
Snusk.
Winter's King says, lol, remember all of Warhammer is IP theft. I love it to death, but it is just a bunch of other people's stuff put together by GW. Swordsman says, yeah, it makes you... Yes, Ace, it makes you an e-thought. Hooray. Alfarius says, more like 40k stole from everything to ever exist. Winter's King says, yep, on Zora and the Bears channel. Okay, so we now know the channel where the forbidden magazines can be found.
Interesting. It will be great with his voice.
Alfarius says, what channel? And Winter's King says, Ave Imperium Meum, hail the defenders of our nation. Alright, now, Lions Amon says, didn't Warhammer steal from Dune? Yes.
A lot. But
yes.
So did everyone else, to be fair, so it's not like that's something unique to 40k.
I mean, if you want to use the movie as an example, just look at how they depict the Sadukar in the movie. How does that not look like a Warhammer 40k scene?
I fucking loved that scene. Also,
yes.
I noticed something incredibly, I noticed something watching it again on a YouTube clip that the Sadukar technically are just speaking a form of English, which is spooky.
Huh. Interesting. Mr. Corgi says, but it also makes you funny as fuck. Okay. Alright, so now we can go back to this. I can barely sense them. It's as if their essence, their very being, has been eradicated. They're not dead, but neither are they alive. They're just missing. Kroom? Well, someone's definitely here. And they're not pleased to see us. Oh my god! Look at Avar's face in the next panel. They gave her a sad face.
2 eyes and mouth.
Oh! 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 Why?
Someone needs to make an Ace Moon compilation.
Alright. Let's try getting through this. Nuran, you and Galdros have the Atraxia. Skier and I will deal with those fighters. Remember, aim to disable in conflict, not destroy. You mean after all of the for light and life nonsense that we have been subjected to in numerous comic book series at this point, where the Jedi are going on a killing spree shouting for light and life.
Mm-hmm. Even better, it's like, we're totally fine with, killing civilians en masse when it's, training one of our initiates, but shooting our attackers, that's just wrong. No, we can't have that. That's unacceptable, frankly.
Shooting our attackers is wrong. Did Kyle Rittenhouse's prosecution write this comic?
I was trying to figure out a way to do it, but you did it first.
Winter's King says, just a quick Star Wars lore note, but the only tech that can interfere or interact with the Force is ancient tech from the extinct Rakata, Infinite Empire, or Sith tech. There is nothing else in lore. Well, wasn't there the Yuuzhan Vong?
Well, that's like the opposite. Their technology. Well, okay, it's not technically their technology. It's pretty much everything they have, including themselves. It's instead of, how do I say, it doesn't affect the Force. It just blocks it out. I guess you could technically say that's affecting it, but it's not really what that is.
Okay.
It's complicated. Well, it's not that complicated. It's just that they literally cannot interact with the Force because the Force said you're evil, and well, I mean, it's right. So I mean, there's that.
Winter's King says, shooting our attackers is wrong. They should be decapitated at the waist like civilized people. Flashes over to Darth Maul. Lion Damon says, have you watched a cartoon called Generator Rex? You can see where GW borrowed their design and they didn't even hide it. Okay, hide it. Okay, fair enough. Swordsman says, Jedi saying light and life while committing a mass murder, that's like the SS going on a killing spree saying freedom and equality. I mean, you're not wrong. I could also point to some other examples, but that would be potentially a little bit too spicy for YouTube, so...
yes.
Mr. Corgi says, to Dark Designs not too much. Winter's King says, Yuuzhan Vong used biotech and are severed from the Force because of reasons. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Siege says it's like a blank spot. GW Lions Amen says GW stole a Tyranid ship design from a cartoon. Okay.
Oh, really? Now I want to see that.
The Force will guide us, Marshal. And you want to voice the other character?
Fair enough. Scopes are picking up a second wave.
Think you can handle a vector?
Do you even have to ask?
I saw you talking to Dr. Ginoli. I'm assuming it wasn't good news.
It will not stop me from finding Kiev.
That isn't what I asked.
I know, but a Jedi must live in the present, and right now... Okay, I don't know how they think this language works. Anyways, he is all that matters.
Marshal, the fighters are coming from the refinery, bearing 030 from your current position. Roger that, Nuran. That must be the Nihil base. Give us cover so we can go in.
Marshal, down there. On the landing pad. That's Keeve's storm ship. They're definitely here.
Then why can't I sense them?
I don't know, but trust me, you'll soon get used to this.
Marshal, multiple ships are scrambling.
They won't get far.
Click.
Explosion.
Jedi, didn't you hear me earlier? This is not our way.
Consistency.
This is not our way. No. What we need... what we need is to send a Padawan out to a planet, a planet with cities on it, to put the planet in peril and see if that Jedi Padawan can save the planet. That's what we need to do. That is the Jedi way for light and life. But shooting back at people that are shooting at you, that's not the Jedi way.
No, that's just wrong.
Oh! Let's see what some of the comments are here because Winter's King says the Empire. I think he did say the Empire did nothing wrong. Join the Empire, the Sith did nothing wrong. Swordsman of the South says Uncle Palpatine did nothing wrong. Lions Amen says go watch Generator Rex final episodes of season 1 or 2. Forgot, but you will find it. Mr. Corky says, what the hell is this dialogue? Dark Design says, considering the Force is just up and left them a few panels back, I don't think this lot are going to get much guidance. Lions Amen says, wait, the Jedi ship looked like Colonial Marines gunship from AVP. Okay. Siege is laughing, or Zosium says, the bullshit in this chapter of the comic could make its own fucking temple at this point. Yeah, it really could. Winter's King says we must destroy the Jedi terrorists before they annihilate the whole galaxy. Hail the Sith. Swordsman says the Jedi way is putting non-citizens in camps and being assholes. Yeah. Lions Amen says, damn, no wonder Palpatine easily killed the whole Jedi Order. Sergeant says, well, I guess then all of this Jedi in us okay of Star Wars, even including the Disney movies, are not real Jedi. Nope. Apparently not. Alright, so you got another line here.
Not for you, maybe. But it's the only way I have left.
Skier! Also, why would you just jump from a perfectly good starfighter?
I don't know. His tactics confuse and frighten me.
His goals are beyond your understanding. Oh, so he can use the starfighter to Allahu Akbar the enemy without Allahu Akbaring himself.
I mean, I guess it works.
I don't know why he couldn't have just shot them, but...
It's cooler this way.
Alright, I guess I can
Not
voice...
more logical, but cool.
Yeah. I can voice this dude here. Griffin Lizard, light him up.
Tell me where she is.
Aye! Saber's light. Marshal. I need to get down there, Naran. I thought Skier had turned a corner, but I should have known better. It's as Master Yoda always says, once you walk the dark path, it's forever in your heart. Wait, a second. Wasn't there examples of fallen Jedi who did turn to the dark side, but then also turned away from the dark side? I know there was in Knights of the Old Republic.
Yeah, there is. I mean, they're they're rare examples, but there are.
Yeah. And if Jedi Yoda had actually said that, then what on earth is Skier still doing as part of the Jedi Order?
Yeah, that's a good point. Also, why did Yoda do this to a bunch of clones on during Order 66? Is that okay then?
Yeah, it's insane just how badly they've screwed up this comic. Did no one
Clones aren't real humans anyway.
I mean, that was actually a thing that one of the evil Jedi, the Jedi that did actually turn to the dark side, think. But
Pong Krell, yes, that's
yes.
Fuck Pong Krell, as literally everyone who ever knew about him says.
Yeah. Mr. Corgi says, let me read some of these comments because, yeah, this is absolute atrocious. Swordsman says, so wait, does this comic confirm that the Republic and Jedi are the Fourth Reich? Absolutely. The very first issue of this comic confirmed that. Winter's King says he had perfectly good cannons on that ship. Yes. Siege says, what a waste of a starfighter. Yes. It's like he's playing Battlefield 1942 and he jumped out of the plane just so he could cap C. Orososium says, Ace, do not try to make sense of this mess. You need to survive these readings, and try to make sense of this will make you jump out a window. Well, that would be a waste of time for me, but I'd basically just, at the most, end up scraping my knee or something, but I digress. Cheeky Breaky says, using the Starfighter gives 1 degree of separation and thus doesn't count against their for light and life creed. Mr. Corgi says, killing isn't the Jedi way. Lizard Man proceeds to throw his lightsaber and fucking kill a half a dozen guys. Nathan X says, the only 72 virgins that Jedi humanoid pickle will get are the fans of this comic. Siege is laughing. Orsa says, so let me get this straight. If you kill your enemy to minimize damage to you and your others, and yours, to save people and secure life, you are part of the dark side. But calling yourself buckets of blood to terrorize people is fine. Yes! That is exactly the standards that are being set here. Lions Amon says, think about it. The whole universe started by an explosion. Mr. Corgi says, yes, there's plenty. The most obvious being Voss, I believe. Winners, Kings, with regards to fallen Jedi who actually turned back. Winter's King says yes, but they're quoting the original trilogy where Yoda does say something similar. Or so it seems. Okay, so Winter's King says Yoda says something like that in the original movies, only to have Luke and Vader both prove him wrong in the same series. Yes. Winter's King says, lol, Ace only has ground for Windows, apparently. Lions Emin says, okay, I'm leaving this stream for lost enough brain cells. Or I've lost enough brain cells. I can relate to you on that one. Alright, so I'm gonna do the next line here. Everyone move! Are you still with me? Oh, Kalkyl is muted. Hey, Kalkyl, you're muted. He must be AFK right now, I guess, so. But yeah, that's... Dark Design says, these are supposed to be the heroes, right? Are we sure the writer didn't just replace the word Sith to Jedi? Yeah, that is exactly what you would think, given how atrocious this comic book series has been. Swordsman says, I'm not a Star Wars nerd, but I do like Star Wars, but there is so much retconning and bullshit with the lore. Yeah, there is with this, absolutely. Mr. Corgi says, I watch these streams so I remember why I write my own stuff. But yeah, this is still not as bad as issues 1 or 5 yet. But this one has taken third place. This one has taken third place. This one has definitely taken third place just because of how constantly the Kevin Scott is just contradicting himself every single step of the way. I'm going to let Kalkyl know that he's muted. Just in case. There we go. Alright. Siege says they are using something Yoda says in the future to justify something he always says. Yeah, that too. Mr. Corky says yet. Yeah, a good point there. Yet. They might just find a way to completely destroy this comic even further. Swordsman South says, what about the Coom Spider? He was the real hero of Star Wars. Unironically, yes. Unironically, it turns out that the Coom Spider was actually trying to help and all that. Winter's King says, officially turned evil, or Associum says, once upon a time, we knew that the Jedi were flawed but well-intentioned. Now Jedi are a sect of assholes that destroy planets with hypocrisy so big that it can construct its own Death Star. Exactly. Exactly. If you looked at the Jedi in High Republic, would you really be surprised if they tried to build a Death Star? Heck, I wouldn't be surprised at this point if they built a Death Star just so they could get one of their Padawans to see if they could deflect its blast with a lightsaber. I don't know if Kalkyl has noticed. Oh,
no, I'm here still.
Okay. All right, yeah, you were muted earlier, so.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
yeah. That's not my fault.
Oh, sorry. All right, so are you ready to pick up where we left off?
Yeah, where did we leave off?
All right, page. We are on page 17 still.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
All right, everyone move.
Scared of a J. God, I hate names. Lorana, you surprise me.
Not scared, experienced. I've faced that brute before. He's not like the rest.
Really? Can he bleed? It'll take that. I'll take that as a yes.
They even gave Krang an NPC face. How on earth do you give Krang an NPC face?
Oh, the Twi'lek's even worse.
I don't even see... Oh my god! It was hidden behind the microphone. Yeah, I see it now.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful in its hideousness. You know what this comic now is starting to remind me of just how awful it is and how hilarious it is to sometimes laugh at it? I'm reminded of one of the Star Trek films where Data finally gets the ability to have emotions. And he drinks a drink. And he says...
Yeah.
And they're saying, well, I think he hates it. And he goes, yes, that is it. I hate this! Oh, I hate this! It is revolting! More, please!
Yes! I know that scene. It's good. It's a good scene. Just the way the actor does it is great. Just he sounds so happy about something so bad. It's like,
yeah.
Yes.
Orososium says that would be lol worthy though. Dark Design says, I will say, however, it seems briefly flirting with the dark side means you put hilt guards on your lightsabers, so that at least a plus on the pros and cons list. DY says, I'm just thinking, did the story group come up with the name High Republic because they themselves are getting high?
Ooh. No, I think the story would have been better if they were.
Yeah.
Because at least it would have been batshit insane in a more interesting way.
Like I Divine Cybermancy.
Probably, yes.
DY says... Okay, so Rosesium says, no, I want to see that, to be honest. Me too, kind of, sadly. Swordsman says, the people who write this have no idea how to write anything good, only their hentai fan fiction. And that might be true. Nathan says, it's honestly astonishing that I've seen more personality from Geode than I have from other Jedi members. Yeah, Geode the Rock is the most interesting character of the High Republic. Mr. Corgi says, he sounded like a car starting up because of his Discord cracking.
Lovely.
Or says...
I think a certain old fucking woman that here, she decided that it's a good idea to start playing piano this time.
Horus says to Nathan, Geode is a concrete pilot, a solid ninja, and a stalwart speedster. He needed not speak to solidify his presence. I see what you did there, and it is beautiful. Windows King says, SJWs can't write flawed but well-intentioned heroes. They do what they do with their ideology, just define one side as heroes and another as villains. Yes.
Not based on actions, but because of based on belief, which is, of course, fucking nonsensical.
Just look at the Matt Sai debate I had.
Yes. Remember the Holocaust.
Matt Sai, the Holocaust would have been perfectly fine if my side did it.
Exactly. It's like, if they'd done it to anything, to people we don't like, it would have been good.
Which, amusingly and ironically, is some of the same groups of people.
Yes.
Just look at the Labour Party. Then he's all yours. Utter sound, tell me you have the leveler clear. You want to voice this character, or shall I?
Yeah, I can do it. Already loaded, Tempest Runner. We're waiting for you to blast off.
I'll go ahead and actually... Mr. Corgi says, Ace, WTF is this debate, and where the hell can I watch it? Winter's King says he literally did say that, though, lol. The debate is itself a full hour plus long, but I can provide you a link to both it as well as a reaction of sorts I did to it, where I pointed out that, yes, he did in fact make that argument. So I'll go ahead and provide links to both for you. So Matt, Sai, simple enough. But yeah, this particular individual demanded I debate him, then got exceptionally salty with the results of the debate that he demanded I partake in. Now here's the full...
unusual.
Yeah, now here is the full debate itself. Like I said, it's just a case of... That bit is the full debate. It's over an hour long, so it's... We cover a lot in it. We also talk about Gamergate, and I basically red-pilled him on Gamergate by pointing out that the FBI completely cleared Gamergate of all wrongdoing. And how amusingly enough, a few years after Gamergate, it then got revealed that a bunch of left-wing journalists were having Facebook groups that were going around harassing far-left activists. And then doing articles talking about the harassment that they did and how the harassment that they did was bad.
that speaks fucking volumes to the way these people think.
Yeah. Nathan X says Matt Sy would make the best Jedi. Genocide is bad until we Matt Sy is the Jedi Knight of the far left.
He's the Jedi Knight they truly deserve.
Orososim says Kalkyl, don't die. Laugh, but don't die. Yes. Sergeant says, isn't that Twi'lek female? I mean, the chest doesn't look flat. Winter's King says,
claim she is.
Winter's King says, right, they were using their BS comedy leveler machine to remove the force powers. Wish we knew where the heck they found that, because a glorified bunch of pirates didn't build that machine. I think they might have actually found that in High Republic Adventures, or they might reveal that they're going to find it in High Republic Adventures, but I could be wrong. Anyways, let's get back to it, and I believe you've got the next line.
You'll take your little pet, Lorna. I still can't. No, just hate. Anyways, what? I've one more skull to crush today. Maybe I'll wear this one's teeth as a... What the... That's not... Ah!
They gave him an NPC face again as on death.
Yeah, at least it's the highest resolution NPC face they've given a character.
Yes.
Small achievement, but still. Yeah.
Swordsman says, in all fairness, the Naxos and real fascists are leftists until like 1933. They were leftists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they still did some pretty leftist stuff throughout the war as well.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, let's go back to this.
Really? No. Whatever. Don't hurt me, please. Now you beg for mercy. Tell me where she is. Tell me what you have done with her.
Master!
Eve, are you hurt?
Whoops. Another NPC face from Kiev.
Yay.
I actually have to wonder if we should keep calling out NPC faces whenever we see it in this comic, because it's just happening so often now. My God, has the comic's quality really dropped in terms of artwork.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was awful.
What was?
I can't even remember. There was something attacking us in shadow, and I couldn't move. I hid, Skier. I hid when they... Tarek! Skier, we need to help Tarek. I'm not sure we can. Marshall! Oh, stars, Tarek! Tarek, can you hear me?
Zurich stayed. What is it? What could do such a thing?
The person who knows is on that ship. Lerna D. Get us out of here, full thrusters. No, she slipped through our fingers once before, but not today, as the Force is my witness. I'm not going to let her escape again. To be continued. Yeah, exactly. So, is this the... So, in thoughts on this particular comic?
It's like at this point, I'm getting desensitized to this shit. It's just consistent garbage.
Maybe.
That's like the only positive. It's consistently bad.
Maybe, but for me, this one was especially bad because of just how much they kept contradicting themselves and how the previous issues have been. It's like it's like Kevin Scott realized he royally screwed up how he's been depicting the Jedi, and has tried to correct course so hard that it's just given everyone whiplash trying to read this.
Mm-hmm.
For me, if I said it earlier, but I'll say it again, this is the third worst issue in this comic.
I see.
Behind issue number 1 being first place and issue number 5 being second place.
Seems justified.
So yeah, that's my thought. So where would you rate this particular issue at this point?
So I, of the ones I can remember properly, it's probably like fifth, fourth worst.
Alright, so which ones would you say are worse than this one?
Pretty much the same as you.
Yep. Okay, well, fair enough then. So, yeah. So now we get to see the big mystery as to whether or not Avar Kriss will actually be able to hold the starship there and force the Nihil back down to fight. Swordsman asks, Ace, after you read these, do you listen to Hurt by Johnny Cash? Because I don't blame you. Usually I try to get my mind off of this as quickly as possible once the stream is over. So I have plans for later today as soon as the stream's over, hopefully, so I won't have to ponder on this particular atrocity to humanity much more. But yeah, Sergeant says, I think all are similarly bad. I just think the first one seems worse because we weren't already expecting such horrible stuff. Well, it's the fact that they start off with the Jedi putting an entire planet into peril just to test a Padawan that makes it the first one the worst. Siege says, oh no, what is this image? She better not be able to hold it. Swordsman says, Happy Veterans Day, Ace. Thank you. Like I said, though, if you guys are up for it, They Shall Not Grow Old is definitely a film I would recommend watching. It is not a pleasant film to sit through at all, but it is one that is perfectly appropriate for Veterans Day. Siege says, good plan. Thank you. So, yeah, ultimately, hopefully next week, I don't know, maybe, I'm trying to think of when the next issue of Sisters of Battle will be out so we don't have to read more High Republic. Winter's King says, you think this is an atrocity to humanity? Just wait till Amazon violates the Wheel of Time series. They ruin everything I love.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think now is a good time to call it. Swordsman says, I recommend a movie called The Outpost. Yep, that is a good movie. Yeah, that is also a good one. The main reason I picked They Shall Not Grow Old is, A, it's a documentary with actual footage and actually narrated by the veterans. Also because, well, it's about World War I very specifically, so the war that resulted in Veterans Day. is the main reasons I recommended that, admittedly. Winner's King says, thanks, Ace and Kalkyl, for covering this. Nathan X says, Uwu Sisters, a battle comic. Maybe it'll be next week. Maybe it'll be next week. I'm not sure. But yeah, the Sisters of Battle comic is actually good. Mm-hmm. It is actually worth reading as opposed to this. Winner's King says, you've well and truly earned the like on this video. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think now is going to be a good time to call this. So, this has been Ace.
And this has been Kalkyl.
And we both hope to see you all again soon. Until then, take care. Ace out.